Look at the Irish there, fella. Well, it's your guys' luck because Fog Entertainment are back again with another video, this time reviewing Daredevil, Born Again, Season 1, Episode 5, and this one was called With Interest. But the bank robbers pretty much left with no interest. In fact, they left with nothing. So Episode 5 takes place on St Patrick's Day, and I always find it weird when you see other countries like trying to display what like a holiday from a different place represents and what it means. Although I would argue that in America they probably do have a pretty good representation of St Patrick's Day because it's got a large, Irish population. So I mean they probably do a good job. But we see the bank robbers in this episode. They're not from the green side of Ireland.
No, they're from
the blue side, fella.
Aye, but back to the whole pit. It's like the whole Italian American. See the further we get from when these families immigrated, you're more American than you are Italian or Irish or British or whatever the fuck.
I'd say so. I mean, who really cares about your Irish side if it was your great grandfather for 96 years ago that came over?
Yeah. No, what I would say is with this Devlin guy and his crew, they obviously appear to be from Belfast. They're not just fucking... They didn't grow up in fucking Hell's Kitchen, put it that way. So I think with it makes sense from their perspective, but I think it is just cringe into, I don't know.
Leprechaun, Guinness, they've got their own... they've got the wee taglines in there. There was a 4-leaf clover mentioned too. That's probably the 4 things that they've got. Green, Leprechaun, 4-leaf clover, and Guinness. That's like the 4 wee things that they associate with the Irish. Anyway, episode starts with Murdock. It is St Patrick's Day. He's walking through the streets. We're getting all these celebrations. He goes to the New York Mutual Bank. He wants to discuss a loan for his law firm. And we get introduced to not the bank manager, but the assistant bank manager, who's Yusuf Khan. And he is there in place of the bank manager who's running late today. So Yusuf Khan sits down with Murdock and the two guys, they have a conversation about family and all this stuff, and Murdock talks about how he likes to help people, and defense attorneys are sometimes up against it, especially when he represents maybe people that don't have a lot of money, and that's why his his law firm isn't making that much money because they keep getting people that don't really pay. So that's why he's at the bank, and Yusuf can he can appreciate what he does. He applauds him, but basically says, unfortunately, I'm going to have to deny your application. But Murdock was very nice to Yusuf Khan, and he said some nice things about the place that he's from, and Murdock said, well, that's probably also the nicest way I've been refused a loan to. So he leaves. You don't really think anything of it. He's walking down the street. He's a few blocks away. But then all of a sudden, we get some guys, some Irish guys with masks on. They go in. They take the people in the bank, the workers, the customers. They take them hostage. And of course, Matt Murdock can hear this from 10 miles away.
Right, he can. His hearing's impeccable. He even hears every word they say. Down on the ground. Down on the ground. Down on the ground. But again, it's like...
Can't see shit, but doesn't not hear anything.
Yeah, but if they're prods, right, which he literally said he was a prod, so I don't really celebrate St Patrick's Day, they're not really Irish then. They would rather view themselves as British. So is that a plot hole here for Daredevil?
I mean, if you want to go into it, then good for you. But I don't. So Murdock speaks to his partner, his law firm partner. He tells him to call the cops, and he decides to go back to the bank, and he puts himself into the bank as a hostage.
Oh, it's Stevie fucking Wonder.
I thought Devlin was pretty good as the antagonist here. He was the main man that was leading this group. Obviously, this group was working for Luca. They're trying to steal back the 1.8 million that they need to give to Victor, rather than it come out of their own pocket. I guess they're just attempting to steal it, so it doesn't affect them. So, Luca's obviously got these guys. He's hired these guys to come in and steal the money or steal whatever it is they're trying to steal in the bank. And our little assistant bank manager friend Yusuf Khan, he's going to have to step up since the manager's not there. He's going to be able to be the one that opens the safe, but of course he can't open the safe. He doesn't have the code. He doesn't have the combination, so he's kind of fucked. And it probably means he's going to die, to be honest, because he said he could open it, which maybe was a fear thing. But he can't open it, so he's just sitting there like a spare part.
If you can open this combination, then I'm the king of fucking England.
Yeah. Then we see Devlin speaking with a detective, Angie Kim, who's trying to. She's obviously the negotiator here, but she's not like the real negotiator. She's like I guess also like an assistant. She stepped in
because all the white Irishmen are getting pissed.
Yeah,
they have to bring in the Korean detective.
Yeah, the real one, the white guy who was called Murphy. What a name! He was apparently face down in Guinness, so he couldn't come to do this negotiation. So she's been sent in. Maybe she's only getting half the pay. We don't really know. But she negotiates with...
it's a holiday, you'd probably get a time and a half, I'd say.
To be fair. Yeah, but she's Korean. She's not Irish. She's not white.
Holiday though, isn't it?
But yeah, so she's negotiating with Devlin, right? And I thought the negotiation scenes were pretty good. But there was one scene where later on Devlin tells her that if you can make me laugh, I'll give you another... I believe he said like... another 3 or another 10 minutes or something like that.
I'll give you a free
another free hostages. That's what it was. And she told this like joke about a leprechaun
Donegal
and Donegal and it fucked a penguin and it was just shit. And then Devlin starts laughing, and I can only assume he was laughing because of how bad it was. Yep. Because in the end, he didn't give her any hostages. He just says, in 10 minutes, someone's going to die.
Yeah. The joke was fucking atrocious. Like, I'm not going to...
Yeah, but before that, he did give up 2 for free. He was going to give Murdock, and Murdock's like, I don't really need you to take... Yeah, I'm blind, I don't need your pity. And then Devlin's like, oh, you really think I care? You think I'm that kind of guy?
He's like, oh, you're Irish? What part are you from? He's like, Hell's Kitchen. No, before the big swim, laddie.
Before the big swim, over here, laddie.
I'm an orphan. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, what? We've got a fucking orphan.
Oh, we got a blind orphan from Ireland. And yeah, it was pretty funny. And in the end, it's like, oh no, we need this guy. He's a character. So they keep Murdock and a newly wed couple. They manage to get out and whatnot. But then see one of the bank robbers take the manager down to the safe. Murdock says he needs to go to the toilet, so one of the robbers take him. We get a bit of a fight scene. Murdock overpowers this guy. I think he kills him, or at least chokes him out or something. Then he manages to slide backwards down the stairs so he can catch the shotgun that's fallen with one hand. That's a pretty...
He did a good job of catching it, because they can't see. See if he tried to catch the Funko Pop earlier, he wouldn't have fucking got it.
Yeah, I know, it's mental. Then he can somehow... He can feel, I guess... Or hear the sound of the combination clicking. It's like a 4-code combination.
There's over 1 million different combinations.
Was it not 1,000?
No, he said 1 million.
Ooh. Right, well, over
100%.
Over 1 million different combinations, and Murdock manages to find out the right combination by listening closely to the sound of the, I guess the combination ticker pin thing.
Well, hold on here. Like, if there's 4 numbers he has to put in, but there's a total of 9 different numbers.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there were more than 9. I'm pretty sure they went to like 20.
Well, that just proves your point even fucking worse.
How? Because then it could be.
It's got to be more than over 1,000. Then it had to be the million. How many fuck? No, think if there's fucking 20 different numbers and there's 4 things to slot it into.
That's a very good point, actually. Anyway. So Murdock gets in and they check all the safety deposit boxes because there's no money in here, and they finally the robber had one of the keys on him, and they get a safety deposit box and it's like got this little gem or whatnot, a diamond. Alright, so that's what they're here for. Don't know how much this is worth, but Yusuf says, oh, it's the nicest, shiniest diamond I've ever seen. So then
I need to show my daughter Camilla.
They come back up. We've got the police on the outside. They're ready to storm in. They've had enough. Devlin's on the inside. He's had enough. He's like, how the fuck did you get out of your chains there, laddie? Murdock's like, you know what, you're running out of time. When's the last time you heard from the negotiator? I'll tell you what, you haven't heard from him because
They're coming in.
they're not negotiating anymore. So Devlin's like, you know, Murdock, I'm going to give you... He shows him the diamond as well. And he's like, you know, you've got 3 seconds to give me that diamond. So the guy on the outside, the chief of police or whatever he is, the guy leading the push, the insult, he counts down for 3. No, Devlin counts down for 3, but the guy on the outside's already at 2. So the guy on the outside's like 1 second ahead. And obviously Matt Murdock can hear this because his hearing's good. So then the guy says 2, Devlin says 1, and it looks like Murdock's going to obviously get killed here. But right at that moment, he then says, right, here, take the diamond. He chucks it. And at that point, that's when the police break in. And we get a bit of a shootout. Murdock then takes down one of the bad guys as well. Devlin walks into, I think, the bank manager's office. And he changes into like a cop uniform. Which is, I mean, I guess smart. That's his way
It is
out.
smart, but then was the whole plan this entire time just to fuck over your crew?
Looks like that could. That's what I got from it. And then when he's walking out, he then gives the diamond to one of the hostages. So it looks like one of the hostages was in on it. This woman, but he's followed by Murdock, who then gives chase, catches them down an alley. They get into a bit of a fight. Murdock, for some reason, put one of the masks on. I guess he just didn't want his identity being blown. But
Yep.
I mean, if this guy somehow reveals that there was I mean, he already seen him in the building, so it's like, but maybe he just doesn't want to know that Murdock, he's the guy that's, you know, took him down or whatnot. I get it, makes sense a little bit. He then like just jumps up and stomps down on his leg, snapping it in half, so like a twig.
Good night. And you know what? I don't hope it's not the last we see of this Devlin guy, but
Well, I mean, I think it's probably the last we'll see of his leg. And then we see the woman who obviously was working, maybe she's part of Luca's crew or something to do with Luca. She looks in the bag that Devlin gave her, and in fact, it's actually not the diamond. It's a piece of candy that Yusuf Kane offered Murdock earlier in the episode. So she's not even got the fucking diamond. And before things end, Murdock goes back to the bank. Kane thinks that maybe he's checking. I keep saying Kane, it's Can.
Yeah.
Can thinks that he's trying to get his loan. Murdock's like, nah, I'm just checking in on you. And he takes a piece of candy. Delicious. But he leaves the diamond in the candy, which Can then sees the diamond, and he's like, holy shit, you know, who the hell is this guy? And that's how the episode ends. I mean, what if Can never seen the diamond in the candy and someone else came along and went to take a piece of candy and instead they got a diamond worth 1.8 million? Anyway, we fade to black. I liked the episode, but it did feel a bit standalone-ish, didn't it? It felt like one of those episodes that didn't really go with like what we've seen so far in the opening 4. Now, of course, I mean, it could, you know, that this, and I think it will, because obviously it was to do with the 1.8 million and the gangs, and, you know, this is a crew that Luca put together. And I guess it's pretty good that they actually give you a full episode dedicated to like the one kind of robbery, because like they could have cut this down into like a 10-15 minute bank robbery and it just would have been nowhere near as good.
no, I totally agree. But my problem with it is this crew. It's like, yeah, 1.8, you're going to find it in the corner of the street, right? But they fucking sent these 5 guys in on this like suicide mission essentially to get a diamond to sell for the 1.8.
Well, that diamond could be worth more than 1.8. We really don't know.
Well, it could be, but do you not get? Oh, this was always destined to go tits up for most of this crew. It's like,
Is that the prop? Is that the hill you're dying on? Is that? I mean, could you not say that about most bank robberies? No, I mean, you know the risks, like, don't you?
I know, but I just, but it's like if he needs the 1.8 million to pay them, how much are these guys getting to make it worth their while to fucking go down for the crime, or risk of going down for the crime? 1.8 million to me just seems incredibly cheap.
But hold on, who knows if it's worth 1.8 million? The diamond could be worth a lot. It could be worth fucking 5. We don't know.
Well, we don't know. I'm just saying.
So why do you keep bringing up what it's worth 1.8?
It just didn't seem like the best plan, did it?
What didn't?
The fact that they went in, fucking, it went tits up.
But the diamond could have been worth 10. So you're saying if the diamond's worth 1.8 million, it was a shit plan, but if the diamond's worth 20 million, it's a great plan?
I'm speaking it's a shit.
I think
I'm speaking it's a shit plan because fucking...
No, you're...
The only guy walking out was fucking Devlin. The other guys get shafted.
Yeah, but does that not happen a lot? Sometimes the guys don't really know what they're doing there.
Yeah, no, it does. No, I'm not saying it's a plot hole. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that I think the plan was piss poor from certain people's perspectives.
Because of 1.8 million?
No, oh my.
That's what you were saying. I think you watched this as Stevie fucking Wonder. Never mind Big Stevie Cool, Big
I
Stevie
can hear
Wonder.
the writers' room. I'm Daredevil. They fucking meant it to go that
I
way.
think you've lost the bloody plot.
So you think everybody got a fair go here? This crew, the prods. I think they got fucking robbed.
Maybe Devlin didn't tell the rest of the guys, or maybe that wasn't the original plan. Maybe they didn't intend on negotiating. We'll never really know.
No, well, here you tune into episode 6 to find out.
He said he wanted free fans parked outside. Maybe they were planning on getting away.
That was letting them think they're in control, mate. I watched the episode.
I watched it too, but
Did you have your Daredevil glasses on?
So you're thinking, so all the other guys that just had names by colours, by the way, so they just showed up, they knew they were getting arrested, they knew they were going down?
I'm not saying they knew, but I just feel like the plan kind of hinted towards the fact you guys are getting fucking screwed here. And then also, what was the fucking grand plan if Daredevil didn't whip out his 1 in a million fucking combination? They've all been stuck without nothing.
Well, they thought the bank manager knew, didn't they?
I bet he didn't.
Well, how did they know that?
He wasn't even in.
You're fucking lost it, man. Honestly,
No,
man.
but
Nah, you're done. Just give me a rating. You're talking shit. You're just
Say Daredevil couldn't get in. What bargaining chip does him and fucking Yusuf come up the stairs with? I let all the hostages go, by the way. Your guy couldn't get in, he couldn't get in, and I thought I could, but here, turns out it's 1 in a million, so we're fucked. I'll give it a 7. I thought it was good.
I'll give it a 7 as well.
No, but you know what I mean?
Nah, nobody knows.
You know, it's a load of... See Daredevil, right? Why is he go around helping people when he could just go around every safe in the fucking world and rob them? You know what I mean?
He's not a bad guy.
He's a fucking stupid blind bastard, that's what he is.
You've lost the plot. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know your thoughts down below. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, though, make sure that like, subscribe button. Good luck, guy. Oh, look at the Irish are to you, fella. Till next time, peace. Anyway.